Our Week 5 preview, what's more likely? And Chris, we got a great Thursday night football matchup. The 3-1 49ers, who are kind of limping into this game.
Definitely.
Going to the Rams, who are also 3-1. Christian McCaffrey has over 140 scrimmage yards or under 100. What's more likely?
Oof.
We don't have, as we record this, to be fair to you, Chris,
Yeah.
we don't know where Ricky Pearsall stands
Right.
going into this game. Juwan Jennings has been playing hurt,
I know,
feels
yes,
like.
right. I mean, I
Short
don't
week.
know.
Brock Purdy?
Right. We don't know if we're gonna have Brock Purdy either. It might be Mac Jones. I mean, that's. I mean, I know Lynch yesterday made a comment like, "Yeah, Purdy's questionable for sure. Like it's a questionable
Sounds like
tag right
the
now."
toe is bothering him again.
Yeah, well, it's one of those.
I don't think that's going to go away.
Exactly. You get tackled one wrong way on your foot. I don't care. I mean, if it's not totally gone, it's going to get re-aggravated all year long. It's a tricky injury, right? It really is. I'm going to go with over 140 here.
They kind of need it from him.
I'm just because I think he's the only guy. And yeah, a lot of it's going to be in the passing game. It is. Shanahan's, magical at figuring that out. I know I've had a lot of people going, well, why aren't they running the ball as well? And I go, well, one, the offensive line isn't dominating people up front. And two, teams are like, we're not that scared of your receivers, so we feel like we can load the box a little bit. We're not, you're not that scary. I know you're going to make a few plays and do stuff like that, but it's not like, oh no, if Ricky Pearsall catches the slant on us, he's going to go for 70. That's not what he is and what he's going to do. He's damn good, don't get me wrong, but you know what I'm trying to say with that. But yeah, for this game here and Shanahan, and I think they'll just get him a million different touches. I'm going to say he goes over 140, but it's going to be like tough sledding for sure. They're going to force feed him the ball, I'm expecting.
So he has 100-plus scrimmage yards in all 4 games of this season, but his 3.3 yards per carry is the lowest of his career. The Rams defense held They held Jonathan Taylor under 100 scrimmage yards last week.
Yep.
They held Saquon Barkley to 55 the week prior. So, but I'm with you. Like it's a matter of volume.
This is a different team, and it's a team that is truly going to focus on just getting him the ball. The Colts will be like, oh wait, you're taking away Jonathan Taylor? Fine, Tyler Warren, Michael Pittman Jr. There goes Adonai Mitchell if he doesn't drop the ball going into the end zone. This game's different, right? So they had other options. They didn't. We talked about the Eagles' offense. They're not very good at getting people the ball in certain situations.
Right.
Just ask AJ
Their best
Brown.
players.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly right.
Our next one, the Texans 1-3 at Baltimore, who's 1-3. If you had on the bingo card that through 4 weeks these teams would be a combined 2-6.
Holy shit.
You have a crystal ball. C.J. Stroud has 1 or fewer passing touchdowns or 2+ passing touchdowns. I'll give you some context here, Chris.
Yeah.
Stroud had 2 passing touchdowns last week against the Titans. That was his first multi-touchdown game since Week 16 of last year. But something has to give. Baltimore has allowed 9 passing touchdowns this season. That's the 3rd most in the NFL.
I feel like if you're going to make me choose one of these two here, I'm going to go with the 2+ TD passes here.
Is that more of an indictment on Baltimore or that the Texans got going last weekend?
I think it's more of an indictment on Baltimore. I mean, I think the Texans got going a little bit, and they can get some confidence there. I mean, it still was tough sledding for a big part of that football game there. But, yeah, I'm going to play that angle. Christian Kirk being back, I think, does help them out here, right? And I'm going to take last week's game as, yes, a step in the right direction, let alone the Ravens being no Marlon Humphrey, still a bad pass rush, no Roquan Smith, and all of that C.J. Stroud and them can get at least 2 touchdown passes in the game.
Our next one, the Broncos, who are now 2-2. They're at Philadelphia, who's 4-0. What's more likely, Jalen Hurts has more passing yards than Bo Nix, or Bo Nix has more rushing yards than Jalen Hurts?
I will definitely go with number 2 there, as Nix has more rush yards than Hurts. Now, I'm not sure I expect that to happen, but I think I think that Denver will be able to throw the ball on Philly a little bit. I do. I expect it. I'm not sitting here. I know Denver ran the ball good on Monday night. I'm not sure that's going to work the same way this week. It was a step in the right direction, but we still know how damn good they are in Philadelphia up front and being physical there. I can see Bo Nix throwing the ball and having some good numbers. I'm worried about Jalen Hurts and the Eagles' passing game against this defense and what they do and the corners and everything they have here. So, even though I don't love Nix rushing for more than Hurts out of those options, I'm going to take it. Yeah, and Nix, of course, is dangerous running the ball. We know that.
The battle of the 3-1s in the NFC. The Bucs, 3-1, are on the road to Seattle, who's also 3-1. What's more likely, Baker has no interceptions or 2+ interceptions. Baker threw his first interception of this last week against the Eagles.
Yep.
Seattle has 7 interceptions already on the season. That is tied for third most in the NFL.
I'm going to go with the 2+ interceptions.
Interesting.
Here. I am. I'm going to ride this a little bit. I'm going to play that Seattle makes them pass happy. I'm going to play that with the injuries on their offensive line a little bit. They can't dominate in the run game like they want. I like Seattle's defense. I think their front's good. Their secondary is arguably as good as it gets in football. And then playing up in Seattle is just it's worth one turnover almost in a game. I mean, it really is. When their D is good and you play up there and it's loud, it's insane. I mean, it's insane. It's definitely one of the hardest places to play, and it just makes it feel harder when they have a Legion of Boom type defense or something like they got right now. I'm going to play that the Buccaneers get pass happy and he throws 2 interceptions in this one.
I think Mike McDonald has perfectly embraced on how he needs to build this team.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect fit with the organization.
Exactly right. I think they got the personnel that's starting to make sense for his team. He's got the offense going, wait, I like this. We're going to run the ball with Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet, and Sam Darnold is going to run play-action passes, and we're going to gash you that way. And then our defense is going to be exotic and do all this different shit and cause chaos. And, yeah, I'm with you. I like what they're doing, too.
I think he's the least talked about successful NFL head coach
You're probably right about that.
I never hear a word about the guy.
And he doesn't care.
No,
He doesn't. He's an ex-baseball player. So he's got a little bit of that,
different mentality.
I'm going to put my cap down and hold my head down and just keep working. And I feel like, that's kind of what he is there that way.
Sunday Night Football here at NBC. The 2-2 Patriots at Buffalo. The Bills are 4-0. If New England wants to make this a division race, it has to start on Sunday night. What's more likely? The Bills have 150+ rushing yards or under 100 rushing yards. Chris, New England's only allowing 77.5 rushing yards a game. That's tied for the second fewest in the NFL, but the Bills lead the NFL in rushing yards a game. That's 163.5.
They're good at running the ball, the Bills, and they have a quarterback that adds to the rushing stats too, right? Which is always a dangerous combination. I think this is going to be the Bills dicing them up in the pass game all night long. I'm going to say that the Patriots do take away the run game, and I'm going to say that it's under 100. I think what we've seen so far this year from Josh Allen is not a huge statistical games, right? Where I always tell people with Josh Allen, I say, just watch the game. Every big moment or big throw, he makes the big play. They kind of just manage the game, do some certain things, and then they're aggressive when they need to, and he makes it happen at the most opportune, most important spots. And you can't put value on that. That's why the stats don't always show how awesome Josh Allen is that way. But I think with Vrabel and company and that, and that Patriots D line's big and it's got some versatility. I think they stop the run and they make Josh Allen throw the ball, and I think this is the week they put up big numbers.
My take with the Bills is if you let them run the ball, you're automatically dead.
You're in deep shit.
You're dead.
Yes.
If you make them one-dimensional with Josh Allen, you're probably dead.
Right.
But I'd take the probably over the definite.
I think I would take that approach too.
Yeah,
If they run on you, it just feels like it's only a matter of time before everything starts clicking.
That's exactly it.
Right? Where it's like, hey, if you could stop the run, you can get him maybe to make a questionable decision every now and then. He might scramble, do whatever else. And their receivers are good, but they're not scary, right?
Right.
And I think that's the approach I would take too. I'm with you
Make
there.
those guys make a play.
Exactly right.
Monday Night Football, the 2-2 Chiefs at the 3-1 Jacksonville Jaguars. What's more likely? A running back leads the Chiefs in rushing, or a quarterback/wide receiver does. Listen to this, Chris. The Chiefs leading rushers by week.
Yeah.
Week 1, Mahomes, 57 yards.
Right.
Week 2, Mahomes, 66 yards. Week 3, Pacheco with just 45. Week 4, Xavier Worthy with 38.
I'm going to play. I know Jacksonville's defense could stop the run. I know that. I'm going to play that this is a game the running back leads in rushing.
Okay.
All right.
Is it Pacheco or Kareem Hunt?
Yeah, I'll say Pacheco, and I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. I guess I'm just playing that Mahomes won't be able to scramble as much against this group. They'll see the Xavier Worthy reverses from last week and go, hey, we're ready for that. And even though I don't expect it to be some big stat at all, I'll go with the running back this week, that they do it. And you know what? Last week, they showed some signs of opening up in the running game a little bit here. And that's, again, where I get into, if they can just get into surgical, throwing the ball short, picking you apart, all of that. Oh, no, now you're worried about us picking you apart and all the short passing games we're playing, man. Oh, no, they hit Xavier Worthy down the field. Uh-oh, all of that. Now we got to start worrying about playing coverage. I think we're getting close to the run game at least being a little more effective for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Wonder if the Chiefs are that team that, I know it's not all on Hunt and Pacheco, but if they made a low-cost running back move at the deadline,
Yeah,
I think like a pass-catching kind of guy.
Right, just another guy that can do some stuff in space. Because to me, Pacheco still doesn't look the same as he did before he hurt his leg last year. Kareem Hunt's good, but not special.
Right.
You know, that's why they played the rookie, I think, from SMU a lot last week.
Rashard Smith,
right.
Former wide receiver.
Well, I think they were going, we need a little more juice here. We need somebody that, like, you know, if he gets around the edge, he can actually go another 20 or 30 yards or something like that. And they don't have that at the running back position. So, yeah, I hear you. You know, we'll see. When they get Rashee Rice back, we'll see where the offense goes from there. But, like, I don't disagree with your thought there about somebody in space at the running back
it'll
position.
cost much at all.
No, I don't think it will either. Yo, homies, it's time to watch some games. That's right. We're on to the NFL season here with Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
Hit subscribe to get our weekly picks, Sunday night recaps after every game, and much, much more.
Thanks for watching. Peace out, homies. Remember, subscribe. Peace out.